Victoria, there are families up and down the country who are probably waiting to hear that the Chancellor can do something, give something, offer anything to help them out right now. How bad is the situation for people in the UK?
The situation is horrendous. Single parents are generally on low incomes. In fact, 75% of them are on universal credit, even though around 70% of them work. And we're hearing stories daily about people who just don't have any spare capacity in their budget to cut. So they're looking at what can they cut, and it's their bills. They're going to avoid paying on utilities and on housing, and they're struggling to feed themselves and their children. We're hearing too many stories about people who are having one meal a day, that the parents are having one meal a day so that they can feed their children. We're hearing too many stories about people having to use food banks. It's become normality. It's which is just awful.
And is it the case as well that perhaps there are a lot of politicians out there who are saying people may have forgotten how to economise? I mean, that might sound heartless, but do charities like yours also give people basics when it comes to how to cook a family meal for as cheaply as possible, how to cut back on things that, perhaps they can go without during a crisis like this when the government are saying that their hands are tied?
Yeah, I mean, on the second point, for single parents, this started in the pandemic. So prices have been going up and their incomes have been going down. So they've already been economising as far as they can. There's nothing left to cut in their budgets. And, contrary to popular opinion and the myths, people are very good at budgeting. They know how much money they've got down to the last penny, and they're not spending on things that aren't necessities. In fact, we're now hearing about people that are cutting things that you would consider to be a necessity. So, people are cutting their Wi-Fi contracts and that they're using their heating and their electricity, and they're looking for meals that they can cook with their kettles. I mean, it isn't about cutting any more expenses because there's nothing left to cut. And as far as the ability to cook meals, again, single parents are really used to making things go as far as they can. They're really used to shopping for bargains, for cooking meals really low cost. This isn't a new situation for them, and the answer isn't to give them cookery classes. The answer is to give them more money because they simply do not have enough income to cover their most basic costs.